Gravekeeper, Wealthkeeper, guests from near and far, we are back with Tales of Zestiria. It's kind of a rhyme, I don't know why. But we reached, without going into this rhyme too much, we are in a new city. It's called Lastonbell, I guess. And we just came in here, we just said that we were the husbando of Rose, and we were noble, and we just, you know, we're here now. That is what we did. We are here, this is Rose, and this is Lastonbell, the city of artisans. Oi! Stand up straight, look sharp, and stop looking like you just fell off the farm. The minute people start thinking you're fair game will be the mark of every theft and hustler in the town. That's not good. That's not good. I don't want to be that. Please don't steal my stuff. Oh! Hidden arts. Most hidden arts have a higher art. What? If you learn, for instance, Shadow Shock, the higher art of Shadow Fang, you will acquire the battle action Greater Heights. With this action, after starting a hidden art, you can hold down Meh to continue into a higher art you learned. In this way, the number of hidden arts you can use is more than doubled, since using the same art over and over will reduce the enemy's stagger time. Higher arts are one way this can be avoided. Oh, but I need the higher art then. How do I know which art is a higher art? Do I know this from my inventory? Wait a second, what? Arts. Higher hidden art of Shadow Fang. Okay, so at least it's telling me what's going on. So I can use this. I have to read this again. What? I can read this and hold right. After starting an art, you can hold down Meh to continue into a higher art you learn. So I can just hold my button after I do the Scatter Fang thingy. Okay. The love you two share inspires us all. I wish the utmost prosperity in both family and trade, but I should not keep you. Things aren't exactly rosy anywhere they are. The capital's a mess. But over here we've got pain in the ass inspection, serial killers wandering about. I thought maybe this with the military dust up, I'd at least be able to drum up a bit of business. But the darn thing fizzled almost as soon as it started. Yeah. I understand. Why is the kid the frickin' shop? Hello, kid. Are you legally allowed to do what you're doing right now? I hope so. I have so much money for no reason. Oh my god. So hard to navigate these menus. I guess this is meant for controller again, which I don't use. I use mouse and keyboard. I don't even know why, because the game said I should. I guess. Life bottle. I take 5. I take 6. Perfect. Speak. Fuse. Can I fuse something? Actually? Does not look like it. Stun damage rate is up. It's so hard to actually fuse stuff properly. I will never understand this system. Meh. Yeah. I will never understand this system. I'm so sorry, but I tried. I give up. I legit give. Oh, mine. I legit give up on this. It's just too much of a hustle to actually do something. Yo, this dude is back. Also, silver key.
What's that?
Points of interest? What? Oh. The radish bell. Ooh, radishes.
Oh my, don't those potatoes look scrumptious?
Oh yeah, radish bells. They're on the smallish side, but they're super sweet and delicious.
They look like they go great with butter.
That, or you can just bake them and sprinkle with salt.
Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious.
You know those have got poison in them, right?
Poison?
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Eat enough, and it'll be your last meal.
Well, sheesh, you just gotta cook it thoroughly, right?
Nope, that actually strengthens the poison. You're even deader now.
How about if you cut the eyes off? Does that fix it?
Whoops, still dead. Radish bells contain poison in both the eyes and the skin. Now you remove all the skin and slice out the eyes. It's perfectly safe.
Hey, Lila, where do you think you're going?
I'm afraid this conversation is a bit...
I think she has some concerns about your food safety standards.
I too have food safety standard issues there. If there is poison in my potatoes, don't eat potatoes. You tried to relax? What do you mean you tried to relax? You're relaxing right now, hopefully right now, Taya. Work starting again tomorrow, ... Should I translate the sentence to all of you guys? It's a very easy sentence. Tried to relax, but there was so much to do that I couldn't relax properly because I had to make preparations for the next few days. Then I don't want to go to work tomorrow because I couldn't relax properly today, and I wish I had an additional more... I had an additional more day of relaxation, and the rest is normal. Sorry, how's the young lass treating you? She's got a fiery streak, but you won't find a more honest girl. Do be patient with her. But really, a shepherd and an assassin's guild. I've never heard of such an eccentric collaboration. I can't say I'm not curious to see what results. Ahaha, he says. The old man up in the park. I heard he's only 40 years old. You're really relaxed today? Okay, see, I was 50%. 50% right, okay? That's more than I normally am. You shush. That's more than I normally am. You better shush. Turtles. I have an important mission. I am on a journey to catch the traitor. Oh yeah, I made a new maps. Yeah, I can buy you a new map. I don't even know why. I don't even know what these maps are good for, actually. I just do them. I don't know why though. This old guy is only 40. A lazy day? Lazy day is good, yeah. The blue wind, the Valkyrie is coming. Okay, you're 40 years old, and oh! HP recovering during combo, huh? I guess I put this onto my no. Do I have boots? I mean, I have boots. I guess I want it on my boots. I'm sorry that I was only 50% right, though. Pretty sorry. I wish I could do better, but I interpreted the first ... dots a little bit wrong here. Next time. I get you next time again. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe there is no next time for these assumptions. Who knows? Actually. Nobody knows. That's true. That's right.
Get out of town! What do you mean they're selling elixir?
It's true. Word around town is that the nobles in Highland and Rollins can't get enough of the stuff.
But how are they getting access to it? I thought the church controlled the entire supply.
But they say they've got the church's blessing, no pun intended. And apparently the damn stuff actually works. Longer life, fresher breath, everything.
Well, don't that beat all?
What beats all is the price of that junk. You gotta be one rich chump, let me tell you.
Yeah, I should have guessed as much.
The church is selling elixir now? Something sounds off about that.
It's a scam. I guess. Why should they sell their precious elixir when it's so rare? And obviously can heal everything. Hey kid, what's going on? My grandpa's apprentice is away on another job. Being an artisan sounds more work than play. I guess it is more work than play, because you have to make cool stuff for people. Weapons, accessories, and all these other cool things. Graveyard? Graveyard Norman? Okay. I found another Norman, apparently. Seraphic arts. Most seraphic arts have a higher art too. If you learn, for instance, Freezelands, the higher art of Twin Flow, you will acquire the battle action Charge Cast. With this action, when you are... oh, wait a second. So this is... oh, I remember. So I have to actually open a battle thing here. Longer jump. Longer step. Take bigger steps. I guess I take this. 69, nice. And I need greater heights. Yeah, this is what I need. And charge blast, this is also what I mean. Yeah. I see. After 2 combos, press and hold the R button to consume to increase the effect. Blow blast. Partner blast. After 1 combo, press and hold R and consume 1B. VG restore 50 SC. Yeah, there's so many techniques that I should maybe activate, but I never do. I hate this menu. Maybe next time. Where's this Norman at? Wait a second, it's inside? Oh! Blood. He gives me stun HP. Ooh. Am I doing this on my boots too? Yeah. It's the boots of stunning. Nice.
But goodness, we usually reserve such sensitive matters for later hours.
My apologies, Your Grace. I merely wish to offer my gratitude for the services.
It is appreciated. But you must understand, Cardinal Fortin and the other high clergy have very strict requirements for us.
I am aware, Your Grace. Be assured that my organization will be most generous in our contributions.
It looks like that is the town sanctuary.
Shall we? I remember this place was in the Celestial Record.
What? Which place was in the Celestial Records? Check. The frickin' lantern? They wrote something about the lantern in the set. What? Wait a second. Where? Check. Here. Maybe? Let's speak. Check. Game? Check. Here we go. What was this about?
Is this belfry all machine run?
Yep, it's what Leston Bell is famous for.
What was this about?
The gears get moving, the bells get swinging, and it sounds like the most entrancing music.
Now that's something I'd like to hear.
Wow, you'll only get something like this in the City of Artisans. Such craftsmanship.
Oh, an art appreciator now, are you?
I wonder how the motor works.
Don't ask me.
I hear the sound of the drawworks. They're probably utilizing the power of the aqueduct running underground.
Aqueduct?
Really? Nothing I can see suggests that.
That's because it's a hidden refuge area. This place was built as a fort in the first place.
Oh, so that's why this place is surrounded by castle walls.
Before it was a fancy belfry, this was a communication tower for sending smoke signals.
So much history everywhere. This is too cool.
Guys seriously
just
geek
know.
out over the weirdest things.
Well, let them have their fun.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, really. Let me have some fun. I love to hear about old bell towers. What about you guys? Are you old bell tower appreciators? My game is spazzing out today a lot. I mean this. Also, yeah, I know that I run when I talk to people. Did we find another Norman? Really? No, it's okay. I was shocked. Spirit chain. Some ways to get the most out of SC. Maintaining high SC to keep recovery rate high. Guard against enemy attacks. Target weaknesses to replenish SC. Stop attacking when enemies guard and evade. Avoid attacks enemies are resistant to. Use arts frequently to reduce SC consumption. Equip items with high focus. You don't need to memorize all of these right away. Work on mastering a couple at the time. Then return here when you're ready? What do you mean? I come not back to the city to like read all this. I will never master the combat system in this game. It's so goddamn complicated. I wish we had someone in chat who like genuinely knows what's going on in this game. And, like, you know, like, oh yeah, this is what the fusion system is, and this is what the bonus chart skill table is, and this is what the combat thingy does. I mean, no one seems to know. It's not a bad thing, it's like a whatever thing at this point. We will figure it out as we go, but still, it's like, it's such a complicated way to... Yeah, no, don't be sorry. It's just a complicated system. When you think about Tales of Symphonia... I don't have my camera on. Oh, I don't have my camera on. Why don't you guys say anything? You don't care anyways, right? Why is nobody caring about this? Sorry. I put it out for the intro, and then I just unmuted myself and I thought my camera would pop up again. It doesn't. It does not, by the way, as you could see. That priest, I didn't like the look at him at all. Yeah, pretty oily. Better get used to it. Plenty of this types everywhere these days. Is it better with camera, or should I take my camera off? Whatever. You can answer this later. If you want to answer. What I mean is, in Tales of Symphonia... Oh, no, I didn't want to hide. I just was looking at the screen and I was like... I had I changed a lot of my stream deck and I had a button to mute myself and hide my camera. But I guess I got rid of this because can I use this button? I can use this button for it. Okay. So I still have this button. I turned this around because I had the PNG Ustra, so I can like change this. So I didn't do it with my mute button because it would go back to my camera, and it would like look weird. And now I get rid of it because I have the VTubing model and I will not hide the VTubing model. That would be whatever. So no, but I guess I have this button. I totally forgot that I have this. This is the old do the avatar button, the PNG Ustra, the PNG Ustra. But there is no PNG anymore. Okay, yeah, battle system. I'm back. About the battle system. In Tales of Symphonia, it was so simplistic. It was just equip stuff. Guard is important. Avoid your enemy is important. Use your items is important. Get good and reading the enemy is important. And in this game, here, 15,000 systems that all intertwine. Yes, they all snowball together. Again, if you can master this system, you will get a freaking boss of you will get a god of destruction, and I can appreciate this. But for a normal guy like me, like I will never be good at this. Like I can't, no chance. Margaret, the ghastly little demon child. Do you realize she's been saying that there are no Seraphim in the sanctuary? Someone needs to teach her what happens to those who spout such vile blasphemy. Yeah, tell that child, it's a freaking Christian household. You better punch some manner into that person. Or you. The ones who were killed were all devoted followers of the church, and the way they died, oh, it's almost too dreadful for words. Their throats, each one torn out, as if by some inhuman beast. Mark my words, the Seraphim have turned their backs on our town, and we will pay the price. What's...
It's very disturbing, even in romance.
Huh. Oh. So there is a murder going on. Murder. I guess I didn't talk to the guard at the end of the town. Let's do that real quick. Let's hear more about the murder. About the murder. Sorry that my camera was off, I guess. Sorry. Thanks to you, glad that I'm back. Yeah, again, I guess I cried before stream. A little bit. Happens. Nothing, you know, a man can cry. It's not that bad, but still. Because of like a reason that I was because of a reason I'm very happy about, still sad crying. So it's a weird feeling I have right now. Which I guess I try to address and I try to get opinions, but I just shouted into the void, which is perfectly fine on this channel. I got used to it. That makes 3. Gives me the shivers. A serial killer in our midst, and they are no closer to catch the culprit. The only clue so far is that the murderers always occur on what? On what? On a moonlit night. The moon murderer. We call him Mooney. Mooney the killer. Very cute killer. Why am I so fast when I talk to people? This is I mean, it's cool, but still weird. Let's see if they have a Seraphim in the sanctuary. Okay, in the sanctuary. What was that?
Got a request. Church of Rollins.
Roger.
Moonlight murder. Here we go. Will she tell me about this or no?
This must be the sanctuary. Not a very old building, but still, remarkable architecture.
Hello? Is there anybody home? If they are, they better have a voice and a body.
No one's here.
Ghost?
I mean, no guardian seraph. No surprise, given that priest we saw earlier.
They're all like that. Everywhere you go these days.
Well, what should we do? Look for a seraph who can bless it?
Huh. I wouldn't know where to start.
You know, it isn't necessary to get completely hung up on restoring the blessing.
You sure? It should be fine. There isn't all that much malevolence around here.
But
And
there's a
besides,
murder.
It's not like you can go and save the world all by yourself.
Absolutely. The most important thing right now is that you broaden your perceptions and hone your powers.
So that we can stand up to the Lord of Calamity, right?
We will do that.
You'll have a hell of a time with that if you can't even tell when you're being followed. Who are you talking to? The stained glass?
I mean, I have a girl here with me. She is like, obviously.
Didn't you have urgent business at the restaurant on the main street? What was the name again?
Yes, right, Boris's Canteen.
There's no restaurant by that name.
He's alone. Let's take him down and get out of here.
Whoa, eh?
Can he see us?
Nope. He's just that good. Have fun with your human friend, Sorey.
Huh? Seriously?
This is a human problem after all.
Come.
He was not wondering that like some ghost like attacked him. He was just wielding his sword like, I don't know.
I shall apologize for deceiving you.
In his.
And then you're going to tell me who you really are.
Okay, I guess we do this now. Whatever. Oh yeah, see, I can like hold the button. Yeah, this is like way better to fight.
What was that?
An art handed down with pride in my country.
Yes, explain all your little secret attacks to me, please.
Ready?
go a little bit to the back. I will heal myself now. Heal. Because it is a human problem. Because it is a human problem, why didn't my friend helping me here? Why do I have to duel him? Oh, how do I... Oh god, he almost killed me. What happened? How do I do my finisher again? Does anyone remember? I could do this weird finisher. It wasn't like after 3 I push like E or Q or whatever. If I have like 3 or more points, but I cannot do that. I guess because I don't have a friend on my... Holy shit. I run now. And all of a sudden I'm in a very peculiar in a very not so fun run. I run like I shit my pants. I kinda did. Almost died here. I have him. Hee. Holy shit. Okay. Can we stop it?
You held back. You'll regret it later.
I'll be fine. I appreciate you looking out for me.
Even your comeback is weak.
Are you speaking with Seraphim? So during the inspection, you really were.
I must apologize for lying to you, Sergei.
It is I who owe you an apology, gentle shepherd.
Huh?
Only in the clashing of blades may one gauge a man's strength.
Yes.
Might I ask your name?
Sorey.
Shepherd Sorey, I beseech you to lend me your power. For the sake of Roland's.
I can't. I meddle into human.
The Roland's empire is on edge because of the shepherd.
It's true. The Knights treat him as a dangerous wild card with a level of power comparable to Cardinal Fortin. And the Church views the shepherd as a threat to the Cardinal, and therefore a heretic.
The Cardinal is the number 2 figure in the Church, first in line to succeed the Pope.
On paper, she's an aide to the young emperor, but in reality, she holds the reins.
Verily, and she is said to be capable of causing the same miracles that the shepherd can.
The same as the shepherd?
But I'm the shepherd. What do you mean?
Since when have the knights been so brazen as to let themselves into the sanctuary unannounced? Don't tell me you have come here intending to stain the ears of our faithful with foul lies about Cardinal Fortin.
Father, I would never.
Spare me your noxious dissembling. Get out of here at once.
Get out of my lawn, you filthy armored slut.
We'll finish our discussion there.
Go to the park. Here, take these tickets. Take a ride. It's on me. Amusement park. That was kind of fun, though.
That was a tough enemy. Let's prepare for our next battle.
It was a tough enemy, but it was also a fun fight. Still, I'm not sure if I could use my super attacks against him. You think Roland has his own shepherd? It's possible, but listen, a word of advice. You'll likely meet more than a few frauds who pretend to be shepherds. Don't let them fool you. Wise words. Treasure chest. Ooh, a new weapon. Ooh. I like a new weapon. Should I save? Maybe not. Let's talk to him again. Hello. I guess we want to help him to get this murderer.
Sorry about earlier. I didn't want you to have to see that. Things weren't quite as bad between the Knights and the Church when the Pope was still around.
The Pope?
Pope Macetra was a kind-hearted philanthropist, whom the former Emperor greatly trusted. Even the Knights would have gladly carried out any order he might give.
Wait, what do you mean was?
Pope is no more.
About a year
He
ago.
went missing. Sorry, this reminds me on Fire Emblem. Maybe you should like look in the basement. Maybe he's a year in this basement. Could have happened.
Confusion, Cardinal Fortin took the stage, and soon she had seized all political power.
So, you think the Cardinal had something to do with the Pope's disappearance?
Is there proof?
None. I had the combined powers of the entire Knight Squad on the case, but no clues turned up. But any knight who snooped around the Cardinal went missing. 18 of them
Ah, yes.
Subtle.
I don't want to admit it, but in order to stand against the Cardinal, we need power that exceeds natural capabilities. Shepherd Sorey, I know
We'd
it's
never,
wrong of me
we'd
to
never
ask,
start
but
searching
can
there,
you
yeah.
help seek out the true nature of the Cardinal?
The Cardinal resides at the church in Pendrago, right? I thought commoners weren't allowed inside.
It's true. I'll try to pull some strings on my end to get you permission to enter.
All right, we'll meet with the Cardinal.
Oh, Frabjous Day! I shall make the preparations immediately.
Fabulous day? What?
Milady, please forgive me for dragging your husband into all of this.
Huh?
He still believes the husband
Let us
story though.
reconvene at Pendrago. Once you've arrived, come to the Knight's Tower.
He seriously thinks you two are married?
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
But he's so pure.
A pure idiot.
I mean, he can use arts, so I guess he's like kind of strong. Looks like Roland has its problems too. Famous anywhere. The fancy dancies bicker over who gets to rule while the regular people suffer for it. Makes me puke. Metaphorically, I mean. Though I reserve the right to make it literal for dramatic effect. I wonder who we can get to Pendrago. If we go straight west through the Meadow of Triumph, we'll wind up in Peerload's pasture. From there you'll see a big castle wall to the south, and that will be your Pendrago. It's actually pretty easy. But I don't think it hurt to explore a bit. It's a bit of a walk, and anyway, this is your first time in Roland's, isn't it? Rose, anywhere you need to be? Are you kidding? I've got a list as long as my arm. Fleece and Tulfrain are in Lastenbell to start. I'd love to catch up with them and find out how our move went. You think we'd got time? Maybe. I guess I can't go wrong by buying the map. Ask yourself this, Sorey. How many adventurers go without a good map on their pocket? That's right, none. They all got lost and died. Don't be them. Okay. I wonder how we can get Blestabel's blessing back. Huh, I shouldn't know you would be thinking about that. It's a big town and you hear all kinds of nasty rumors. Well, I don't know what to do about the blessing, but it couldn't hurt to poke around a bit for any news on strange events and the likes. After all, if there is one thing life's taught me, it's that anything really messed up about the world's got Seraphim and Hellions behind it. Ghosts. It's all ghosts! Evil ghosts and not so evil ghosts.
This is gonna be trouble.
But at least it's getting us inside the Shrine Church.
Right. While we're at it, we can probably tell the higher-ups in Roland's our side of the story.
Hey, whoa.
Tells me those higher-ups are going to
Are you a Seraphim? Oh, so you're the shepherd, are you? I'm sorry to be impolite, young man, but I have a favor to ask you. The Seraph Zindra, who was the lord of the land for this town, ran away the other day. I'd be so grateful if you'd look for her for me. I'd do it myself, only there are so many Hellions about these days. She said she was going to the lake. I think she must have meant the subterranean lake in Cambria Cavern. It doesn't have to be immediately, just whenever you have the time. I'd be thankful.
The Guardian Seraph became a Hellion.
But why would it just up and leave like that?
In which cave? What cave? Where's my world map? Where's my world map? Do I have a world map? What cave? Maybe a cave that is like down the road, so maybe not now. I cannot see it at least. No map. And no world map. Okay. Is there more in the town right now? There's like a little bit of talk there, and that's pretty much it. Okay. I guess there was. I thought there was more in this town, but I guess not.
How's it looking for the new hideout?
We're still looking into it. Mallory, the Patinal Forest, seems like it'd be an ideal place, though.
Perfect timing. We wanted to ask you about something, boss. I figured you'd need me to come along.
It's not about the hideout. It's about our job as the Sparrow Feathers.
We can't decide on which product to purchase. Mabo buns or curry buns? Which do you like? Mabo curry buns.
Isn't that just your personal preference?
Nope, it's a rational decision I'm making as the boss of the Sparrow Feathers. This is just what the world needs. The sheer deliciousness that only this combination can bring. Sounds kind of subjective to me.
Fine, we'll go with that. You guys do all kinds of stuff.
That about sums up what we do. And we don't do jobs just for money.
Oh!
I see.
Not only money, huh?
That's why we make our actual living as merchants.
Well, mostly Agil does.
I'm the one who gives the okay on bringing out new products. All right, we'll be going back now.
Boss, try and drop by the Forest of Mallory if you can. Everyone's already gone there.
Will do. Take care, y'all.
Okay, I will do that maybe, if I can remember. I'm very bad at remembering all this, especially when I have no dedicated world map. It feels like a little bit sloppy to not... It's sloppy. It's a little bit sloppy to not have a dedicated world map. What are you thinking, guys? What are you thinking? It feels weird to not to only have like regional maps, so I can never see where my quests leads and whatever. So weird. So weird.
I don't think any dogs have barked at me for a while now.
There's the reason why.
Is that Dezel? Looks like the dogs are flocking to him.
What? You want something?
No, I'm just a little surprised. You're okay with dogs?
Of course I am. Dogs are silent partners. You haven't given them enough of a chance to know better.
But dogs do bark.
They only bark because they can sense your anxiety and aren't sure where it's coming from.
In other words, it's because you're afraid of them in the first place.
Well, I'd argue that they bark at me first.
More.
It's so hot again.
It truly is. I think I'm gonna get sunburned. Edna, do you use your umbrella for protection from the sun? As you can see.
Do Seraphim get sunburned too? I guess it makes sense since Edna has really fair skin.
Edna's umbrella can be used to avoid the sunlight as well as rain. It can even be used to push back the Hellions.
Oh, wow! So it's like killing 3 birds with 1 stone.
Not quite. It's also her signature item, so it's more like killing 4 birds with 1 stone.
If that's true, then really it's like killing 5 birds with 1 stone since she has a cute mascot character attached to it.
And it's also something she can change depending on her mood. So that's actually 6.
I'm like Cinderella with an umbrella.
I must say, that was a good one.
Not to mention a lot of dead birds with 1 stone.
A lot of dead birds, 1 stone. Yes, yes, this is what it is. We're killing birds now. Then again, who liked birds in the first place, right? Who liked birds in the first place? In our Pokemon Nuzlocke, I certainly didn't like birds.
Glastonbell didn't have a Lord of the Land either.
We did see a couple of Seraphim, but it didn't look like they were living together.
I can't see them, but they've been here the whole time. To think that it's always been like that is just...
Birds a bit luck,
so
birds are a bit luck.
Scary.
But in the past, Seraphim were revered.
And in return, Seraphim gave the people their blessing.
That's how it was in the era of coexistence?
Yep.
But the humans came to only believe in things that they could see.
That can't be helped. There's barely anyone who could see Seraphim like Sorey and Rose.
It's scary that there are people around you that you can't see, but at the same time, it's sad. It's sad that they can't be noticed even though they're there.
I wish everyone thought the same way you did, Rose.
Do you want something?
Yeah.
Hey, you.
My name is Rose.
I know.
Then call me by my name.
Hey, Rose.
That's better. What do you want?
Quit doing stuff like that.
Stuff like what?
Riding on the shepherd's back like that.
Huh? Did you see that?
By chance.
Gah, that's why Seraphim freak me out sometimes.
It's careless to entrust your body to someone like that.
But that was part of the plan! To catch them off guard and then mow them down!
That's not something an adolescent girl should do.
Mowing people down?
Riding around on someone's back.
There's something wrong with a girl being carried on someone's back?
It's careless of you.
I told you.
What's going on?
Plan.
I give up.
I don't get it.
What was this conversation? I hate you too. I mean, this is basically every conversation I have in my life, but it was still odd to see from a viewer's perspective.
The ancient tongue. We're near one.
When the going gets tough, there's nothing wrong with sometimes heading directly from point A to point B, but every shepherd needs to dedicate time for training. Yeah, training, you say? Yeah, very important. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I have all these orbs. What do they do, actually? Boosts everyone's max HP, depending on number. Oh, so this is how I get more life and stuff. I have to defeat more vicious foes and strong enemies.
It's the Leaning Tower. I didn't know that it would be this big.
The Leaning Tower? Investigate. Who you? Who this? You danger? You are danger. Brute Tower.
This Hellion does a headlong rush attack.
That's you, Brutor? Ready?
Okay, I can still activate this. Okay. I guess I kicked one in the butt. But there's even more. Please stop. Oh, there's more. What? I killed 2 or 3. What do you mean?
So, how's Sorey doing?
He's yet inexperienced, but he's got potential.
You're quite critical of him.
He just doesn't respond to my jokes like you do.
Okay, let's see the vertical tower. Looks like this tower is like kind of. You think this is vertical, or do you think it's just keeled over? This looks not like a real thing, guys. I'm sorry. Is this a goblin with a friggin' Goblin shooter. Okay.
That thing it's riding on looks way fun. Fun? That's a Hellion, you know.
It shoots stuff out from its artillery, so be careful. Right on!
Okay, they're kinda weak though. Which is not a bad thing. There's more. Why are they like spawning more all the time? Am I too strong for this field, or
Do not underestimate.
this is just to confuse me? Because it works. I'm greatly confused by this. Another sword. I put it into my sword collection. Why is there no talk point about this tower? They say, oh yeah, look, it's tower, and like I was going here to like actually investigate tower, and now they're not talking about tower. Weird. Or maybe they meant the other side tower? Investigate further. And there's like more towers even, so maybe they didn't even... What is this thing? What? Is this a normal enemy? It certainly is. It's a bird.
It's an ancient bird.
Oh, okay.
Scales like a dragon.
This one's gonna be tough. Let's go. Ready? Ready? Center back.
He's defending. Oh, the other one was stunned. Oh, that was my chance to do massive damage. Here we go. Nice. So yeah, if an enemy is stunned, I do mad damage.
You were quite strong.
And that's almost the only time I do damage. Sadly, but true. At least for Sorey, I pumped everything into damage while stunned. Or like, yeah, doing damage while enemy is stunned.
There should be a vista point nearby.
Should there be a vista point nearby? Now we can check this. Collapsed leaning tower. Talk about this.
Hey, Mikleo, this one's cracked. We should be able to see what it's built with.
The building materials don't look like anything special, but then how would it maintain its current shape?
Maybe they used seraphic arts?
Probably. If so, that would imply that these ruins date all the way back to the era of the gods.
I knew it!
What's got you two all hot and bothered?
I've wanted to see these towers since like
Hot and
forever.
bothered?
Leaning towers. They're mentioned in the celestial record.
Just look at them. They're way bigger than I even imagined.
And to think, all these years they've remained standing.
Really? You're freaking out over some badly designed towers?
That's just what I was wondering. How did they get like this?
The obvious answer would be tectonic activity.
Yeah, but there aren't any faults anywhere nearby.
Then could it be ground subsidence? I wouldn't write off effects of flooding either.
What if they were built like this in the first place?
That's entirely possible, but why?
Yeah, it all comes down to that. A place of worship? A grave? A sundial?
Possibly even a part of an elaborate seraphic art?
Rose, what do you think?
Me? I think you both talk too much. Oh look!
Gasp.
Ancient statues!
Can I see the weird squirrel in shock emote once again? This is what Sorey had now. The squirrel in shock hype train emote. Okay, that makes my day. Why did I try to make emotes that like maybe look good? I should just, I don't know, like open paint and roll over my keyboard and this is an emote. Easy. I should have done this from the first place. Saves money and looks. Whatever. Right? Like, come on. Thanks for the heart and thank you for the surprise. I'm still not sure what this emote implies. Look how much more. This is. I mean, it's nice that they explain what is on this map to see. Cool. But I wish I could see the other maps and see where I actually have to go for my quests. West is Punjab. Okay, Pastra. North. North is the forest. Oh, I found a new enemy, guys. Can I save here? I can. I will try this enemy now. I will try this enemy now. What do you think? And I know that this game... guys, enter? Enter? Wait a second. What is this?
Well, this doesn't look good.
We're in a foul place.
Thanks for your...
feeling. We've been in places like this before.
It's a crucible of malevolence. They make Hellions fight to make them nastier.
Venomization, a diabolical practice. It appears this ruin was built to do just that.
Who would make such a thing?
Can we fight this off?
I don't know, but there are several places such as this on the Glenwood continent. I had thought they had all been sealed up, but...
Looks like they're back in business.
This has to be held off. No question about it. We'll stop this.
We'll stop it.
Something's blocking
Oh
our way.
no! It's this
Must be to
solo
keep
thing.
outsiders from entering. It's most likely that only certain people are allowed inside.
So it's me alone, huh?
A solo fight. If it were me, I could ask for nothing better.
God, you're so edgy, Diesel. I hope you will lose your head in some ruin. I'm sorry to say this. I mean it. Oh yeah, okay. Only Sorey is allowed to enter. I mean, I can fight with Sorey. Let's try. I'm a powerful demon, and these demons are not nasty enough. Give me more. Oh my god, I stunned him. Goodbye. Okay, Lamina. I mean, I became more powerful, and as I said before, it helps that I understood the fighting system of Tales of Symphonia, so it is a little bit easier, but it's still very different. And in my opinion, it's worse, which is amazing, to be honest. It's a worse battle system, and it's way more, as I said before, on rails. It feels everything feels on rails. Okay. I wish I could like fuck up this tree. I can't. I can still use items, right? I guess so. I guess I can still use items, so I will use that and then I will run. And then I will tap out of this and get these two. They resist my attack too. This was kind of good. Now I have to run again. The problem is it's 3 enemies. The problem is it's 3 enemies that gank me down. Come on, do it. And obviously I'm not good at stamina, you know, I can't do it all night long, as you have seen, as I have proven on this channel quite often. But Sorey over here, his stamina lacks a little bit of punch, if you ask me, you know. His punch is kinda not really there, and it's kinda sad, to be honest, to see him exhaust himself that much. Ooh, what was this attack? Frickin' all night long, that's true. Frickin' the tree octopus here. Tree octopus. Look at this! Okay, more enemies. I thought it was done here. It's time! Goodbye, Snake Man. Scatterfang! I mean, did you see that leap? That leap was kind of good. Let's see what these new enemies can do. Oh, that was so good. And as I said before too, like a one-on-one fight in this game is fun. Like I enjoy this quite much. Like I mean it. Like this is kind of okay. I can see the enemies quite good. Of course they attack me, and I have. Again, it's like a slower fight than it seems like. It's not action combat. No, he's like defending, okay. I guess I have one now. And after this one, I will heal. Ow. Oh my god. Oh my god! Ah! Run! Sorry! The problem is during this free run, I cannot get my stamina back. Because running is not for, you know... It's time! Boom! What do you mean, more slime? Huh? I thought this was the last wave of enemies. I guess not. Oh my god, it just cycles anew. That's the same enemies that I fought before, just more. Uh-huh. Yeah, here we go. Is he stunned? He is stunned, okay. Look how much stun damage I do. Ridiculous, I know. Amazing damage ahead. Oh. Ah, oh! What a formidable opponent. Thorny West, Shock Ward, 2 times Battle Boots. And now, we have to fight against these two. No? It just ends?
Alright, it.
Okay.
It settled down a bit.
Nice.
All purified? Somehow.
I'm so sorry for making you go through this by yourself.
Yeah.
That was quite enjoyable. I liked that actually.
Lila's been fortune telling with her origami flower things.
Sorey won't lose, Sorey will win. Sorey won't lose, just like that.
She left paper scraps all over. I had Meebo clean it up, though.
Of course, I believed in you, but it was just so...
Sorry for making you worry. Thanks, Lila.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. My fortune telling was right after all.
The Earring of Radius. Whoa, this is like a... We get quite some rewards for this. Shock Ward. Does not look too shabby. Kinda cool, actually. Wintering should be good. Okay, nothing new and nothing cool new. Here, Earring of Radius. Oh, it's just better? Wait a second, what does this then? Non-element damage reduced by 10%. And my non-elemental attack power is up by 10% too. Yeah, this is crazy. This is amazing. This was actually good stuff for something optional. I like it. Hey, you! Can I have this dance? Behemoth. Uh-oh.
So big. Do you think we can defeat them?
You can't beat them if you half-ass it. If you're scared, just run away.
They are indeed strong, but we can win if we try.
It'd be better to dodge their attacks than defend. Think you can do it?
Yeah, I'm also more powerful than I was before. I wonder which element it actually benefits from. Holy shit! Yeah, Edna was very careful. Edna is like hardcore dead. I mean, it's not a scary demon, to be honest. Maybe it's a scary demon.
You suck, Sorey.
Did she just say you suck, Sorey? Hey, I never had this demon in my head. Hey, excuse me? Hey! Hey! I tried my best. What's she talking about? What? I did nothing wrong. Do not estimate power link. Yeah, I will be on the lookout for that. What was this shit about? You suck, Sorey. I'm sorry. Jeez. Wait for another shepherd to help your brother then. I don't care. Rude.
Something like this is right.
That was rude, actually. I didn't like that at all. Huh, you suck! Why?
It's raining. This sucks.
Come on, give me some slack. This was an awesome fight on my end. The enemy was just not too strong, actually. The enemy was just bigger And size matters in this game very much, so I will come back when I grow up. Sideburns? Oh my god, more cosmetics. Oh no, oh this looks awful, no. No, Mikleo, sideburns? No, no, you sideburns? This is... No. This is not even real. Look at this. It looks so weird. He can have it. I don't care about him, but you don't see it anyways because of his like head and stuff. How rude. We were traveling for a while, Edna, and now this. Just like this, she says. She said it loud and proud, you suck, while she was dying. She was not even holding it back. It was her last sentence before she pooped herself, keeled over and died. Just think about the humanity. Humiliation. There's people!
Is this the new hideout?
One of the
in the open field.
I'll go check it out. Wanna come?
I'm gonna take a look. Sorry, but wait here a sec.
So much talk, what? The kids hunting down stragglers in the Volgran forest have now taken to hijacking folk like regular mountain bandits. There's no turning back for them now. Of course we travel here, there and everywhere as merchants, but we can't trust the authorities of nations or cities, which is why we need our own private hideout. I understand this, a secret hideout. I bet you like the sound of that, don't you, Sorey? No, not really. Our numbers have shrunken since the day Brad was around. On the plus side, though, the boss and the Aeon twins are as sharp as they come. Time flies by fast. Yep, I know that feeling. We first met Lunare 2 years ago. When he tried to steal from us. He said later he couldn't remember a time when he wasn't a thief on the streets. The Sparrow Feathers sent him on his way with a few bruises to remember us by. But oddly, he stuck around. It seems he'd taken a liking to us. The guy'd always been a loner. But he told us he was glad to find companions at last. Wait, let me get this straight. That guy wasn't a Hellion back then, right? Unless the sneaky fox was just sweeping lies right from the beginning. It's been all business talk of late. I've seen more action with my abacus than my dagger. But then, if I think back, an abacus is this mathematic thing that you like calculate stuff with, right? We care for guild member injuries on the job for as long as they need. No question asked. They're our family after all. We're all in this together. We all live together. Brad. Could he be Rose's father? Our boss shares a lot of qualities with our former boss, Brad. Like him, she has this magical ability to knit a group together. And she's back.
Guess what? The Mabo curry bun was a huge success!
It might become the Sparrow Feather's most famous product at this rate.
Here's a sample. When you think Mabo curry bun, think Sparrow Feathers.
Wow, advertisement done right.
That was a conversation
Splendid.
with an Assassin's Guild.
Isn't it good that they're so peaceful?
Wow.
It seems ideal for hiding away, but if we were attacked here, we'd be in a bind.
You're right. Well, that's that. Let's look somewhere else.
Sorry for making you all wait.
It's not a good hideout move.
Talfrin's back.
Oh, how'd it go?
Well, the Mabo curry bun was super popular, and
The Romano firm looks legit on paper, but it's about as shady as it gets.
More than 30 reported bankrupt families. The firm confiscates all the family's property and takes it as their own. And as for what happens to those broken families, well, take a guess.
There's gotta be a legal pitfall somewhere. Egil.
Have squads 2 and 4 back up Talfrin. Investigate the Romano firm and its surroundings.
Yes, sir.
I'll leave it up to you.
Even humans can make themselves disappear.
All right then, let's get going.
Sure.
Where are we going to?
That's my rose.
Okay. That was not weird at all that you said this from the
You
distance.
scattered bones sure are on the same wavelength.
You think? Well, we are kinda like family.
Family, huh?
I wanted to ask you if someone named Brad was your father.
You mean our late leader? He's the one who saved me.
Oh, really?
Apparently, I was lost and roaming around the northern battlefield when he found me.
Just like me.
Seraphim don't have parents either.
You guys too, huh?
But we do know what it means to have a family.
Gramps was the one who raised both of us.
Same here. My friends in the Scattered Bones are like family to me, who took the same path I did.
You don't mind having to be an assassin?
No way! I'm grateful for it. It's better than us all being apart.
Yeah, murdering people, daggering, like, it's okay.
She doesn't mind, huh?
Whatever. Hey, come on, guy, let's be real. Being an assassin is awesome. Like, put a dagger in someone's ribs, get paid, easy money, you know. Don't get caught, though. It's like kind of bad for your reputation and that, and for your head. No, yeah. But other than this, pretty okay. Ooh, an underground lake, huh? Well, we know the missing Seraph said she was going to visit a lake. That's about the only lead we've got going for us. Why don't we head over there and take a look? To Cambaria Cavern, I mean. Yeah, if I knew where this is, I would do that. Thank you very much. But apparently I do not know where this cavern is, because I don't have a world map.
See? I told you the Mabo curry bun would be a huge hit.
Yeah, it's
Aw.
delicious.
Hey, mind your manners, you two.
But we gotta eat it before it gets cold.
Yeah, that'd be gross.
I can't take it anymore. Give me a bite.
Yeah, sharing is caring.
Your
Sharing is caring.
One, please.
What are you talking about?
Yes, please.
Yum. Yum. Okay. They know better, Jed. They know better. I don't know if like Seraphim have to eat. There's a thing. There's a Norman. I see him in the horizon. Hello, Mr. Norman. What are you doing? What are you sitting on the ground in rainy days? Primor. It's HP recovering while defending. This can go, obviously, on... Oh yeah, on my earrings that are amazing. Okay, maybe in the other direction there is the cave. Enter at your own risk. Okay, I guess I did. Was not that risky. I do like the open field and the... Again, this is also not an open... Is this open world to you, chat? Because we had the open world talk while we played Pokemon Legend Arceus. So, you think this is open world? I wonder if this also counts as open world then. Nah, it's a big level? You mean this field is a big level? Yeah, I can see that too. Oh, this is not... This is where I have to go, so I will not go here for now. Move around more. Again, this was a discussion for everyone who wants to join in. That Pokemon Legend Arceus is open world. But that would imply that this game is also open world. Which, again, to a certain degree, I can do whatever I want, but I cannot go wherever I want. Because it's zoned, you have to go into loading zones, you have to go to different places, and you have to advance the story heavily, because sometimes they're just guards. If you remember, I was about to go in this bigger mountain region, and I couldn't because there were guards. They told me I cannot go there right now, and then later on I could go there to meet Edna. So this was preventing me from meeting Edna earlier. And in open world games, you could meet Edna earlier. You have like a certain choice of I go wherever I want, whenever I want. So yeah, for me these games are not like open world games. These are zoned games. Only because I can like move around freely inside the zone doesn't make it open world. Because that would also imply that games like Half-Life, which has levels, but you can, you know, move freely in the level if is open world. That would imply that every game that you can do this in is open world. And I think that's not true. Like this would imply every game that I can move around in means as long as I can move on my own, it's open world, and I think that's not the description of an open world game. See, there's another instance of I guess I cannot go there because there are people standing there. Maybe they will say stop, you cannot go here right now, but we will find out in a second, and then you will see what I meant by if I can go wherever I want, but I can't. Let's see what's going on here. 2,000 gold? Yeah, okay. I guess I take that then. Goats!
Looks like there's something nearby.
I mean, there's goats nearby.
Fluffy puppy goat. A fluffagoat, you might say.
This is a goat? They don't look anything like the ones in Elysia.
Don't they eat paper?
Knock it off. You shouldn't give them man-made items.
I'm sorry. You're quite right.
You're very kind when it comes to animals.
It's more that you folks are too rough with them.
We'll leave it at that.
So, Dezel, would these be cliff-dwelling goats?
Yeah. They usually live their lives on the cliffs and go down to the grasslands only to eat. They even sleep on the cliffs.
On the cliffs? That's gotta be brutal.
Sounds quite uncomfortable indeed.
From our point of view, maybe. But to them, it might be the best thing in the world.
It's true that they probably have fewer predators to worry about that way.
What strangers feel as happiness is beyond our ken. Is that the sort of thing you're getting at?
Pretty much.
Are you talking from experience?
Interpret as you may.
Okay. We looked at goats. Nice. See what I mean? Look how open world this is, guys. There's clearly room to go by. What's going on here? We have had reports that a violent criminal is hiding in the vicinity. Until the search is complete, this area is off limits to the general public. Okay, but what is this place I'm looking at? Is this the place where the lake is? Or no? There is no sign here. I don't even know what this is. I would love to go to this cave and get the Seraphim going. Of course I want to. Even if it's a side quest thingy. I would love to. But I cannot right now. I saw the flower, by the way. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I saw that sparkly little herb. It will not escape me. More wisdom. Effect potential. I don't want to even read this. It's like, yeah, I cannot remember this anyway, bye. Sorry. Oh! 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 Okay, I guess it's time to. Okay. I am standing on very high ground, and this makes the game very awkward. That should be better, I think. Hey, you dragon, come back! Come back here! Like a good example for open world is obviously Breath of the Wild, or games like, again, games like Skyrim, and also games like Elden Ring, which really do ride on the, you know, you can go wherever you want kind of thing. And even the end game. Right now, by the way, for everyone who's interested in this, I think it's interesting. Elden Ring is not that long out by now, like 2 weeks. The speedrun for the game is down to 40 minutes. Which is crazy to me. In your opinion, oh god. Wall of text, help. After the tutorial you can just go wherever, even if the main quest would lead you there only for later in the game. Yeah, again, this is exactly what I mean. Like, there's like, of course there are limitations. I guess Breath of the Wild takes it really out of the, you know, out of everything else in scale, because you even can go just straight to the end boss. You cannot go straight to the end boss in Skyrim, and you cannot go straight to the end boss in Elden Ring. You have like some things you have to do to get into the last area, which is fine. But, you know, still, the limitations are very, very, very tiny. So yeah, I can extremely see what you get at there. Yeah, you can just go. You can jump off the cliff after you. Then again, you have to do the tutorial in Breath of the Wild. You have to get the cloth, or you will just die if you leave the plateau. Good to see you, Cupid, by the way. But yeah, exactly, I think so too.
We're survivors, no matter the odds.
It was a really dangerous encounter.
Especially after a battle.
It was a dangerous encounter. It was full of danger. Yes. What is going? What is this way? I guess this is not main quest territory. Yeah, okay, I guess this is we will not survive here territory. I understand. Want to try speedrun Elden Ring next? No, I don't plan to. But I guess it's not, again, it's not a hard thing to do, guys. Let's be real. It's like super optimized. Routing the run, I guess that was the hard part. But running it is only like copycatting what other people do, which right now is getting, I think they still use the Frost Axe. You get like a Frost Axe, and this has like a Frost Stomp attack art, and it can kill the first 4 bosses that you need for the speedrun pretty much instantly, and then you have to do the last 3 fights. That's about it. Yeah, it's like under 40 minutes even. It's under 40 minutes. It's 2 weeks out, and they pushed it real hard. This only speaks for the game, by the way. And if you see pretty much everyone who like wanted to beat Elden Ring by now beat it once, but everyone jumped back into the game just to experience another class and another playstyle immediately after. So that speaks a lot for the game, and I'm really, really glad that this game has this impact. Even if you may not like it as an open world action RPG Dark Souls kind of thing, the potential I see in this is, I mean, everyone is doing samurai. everyone is doing samurai, and the speedrun is starting with the samurai class too. Such a cool new class. Yeah, and very powerful too. Yeah. Like everyone is doing that. Then again, because it's just a new class. I started with the warrior, I guess. The blue cloth warrior who starts with 2 blades. Garbage. Absolutely 100% garbage, I have to say. I'm sorry to break it down. But 2 weapons in this game is cool. It looks nice. It looks very, very, very satisfying. It does 0 damage. It does 0 damage. It is what it is. But it looks cool. I found like 2 daggers. It looks so goddamn fast, and I poked the enemy very, very, very fast. But it does nothing to him. And my normal... You know, I have the katana from the samurai class. You can buy it in the game somewhere. If you not start with it. And I always go to the katana for bosses because my other weapons are just gimmicky. I can just run around with them. So weird. It's Shiba Inu ears, so dog ears. I can attach dog ears. Dual blades in Souls games are always very weak for some reason. Yeah, the speedrun route uses double blades. In Dark Souls 3, very weak. It's like, yeah, really, yeah. I think it still is, yeah. It was this way until, I don't know, like October last year, and I think they didn't, I think they didn't change that, yeah. So really, I mean this, yeah. Only Sorey can enter? Or is this like an actual dungeon? Gaffari's ruins. Is this where the underground lake is? Does anyone remember? Do I have like a... It looked cool, but it was trash. Yeah. In my first playthrough, I used this weird ice blade, the straight sword ice blade, what you get from this one dude. Before you enter the swamp forest area. That's a really cool weapon. Oh, I wanted to do a fist weapon run in Dark Souls 3 too. The cool thing in Elden Ring is, because it's open world, you can really go into a build and really do the build and make it work, because you can just go somewhere and get the weapon. Like in Dark Souls 3, when you think about the build and oh yeah, I want to use this weapon, and it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, you get the weapon pretty much at the end game. Wow. Like, yeah. It's the only way you never switched weapon. Yeah, again, and Bloodborne is a weird thing too. So where are we supposed to find those caves? Well, cavern means caves, right? Around here, I'd say the most likely spot would be somewhere south of the Meadow of Triumph. The area the knights were blocking off. Okay, so we cannot do this side quest because they forbid me to do so. Well, Pandrago is huge. Blah 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 blah. We can't just leave those crucibles as they are. We could just blow the whole ruin to smithereens. Whoa, easy there, joking. Doubt we have the power to do that anyways. Okay. Yeah, Bloodborne is like a cool game, but also a lot of the weapons you get fairly late. So, and the beginning weapons are strong enough to beat the whole game with them. It's a weird thing. Not a bad thing. Because they put a good amount of thought into... They put a good amount of thought into these weapons, so that's kind of cool. Shiba Inu tail. What? So we have dog ears and dog tail now. Wait a second. Shiba Inu ears. No, this is the tail. Oh god. Yes. Yes. Okay. I made up my mind. Yep, way better. Way better. Sorry. It's not better. It's not better. Not better. Animal ears and tail. Yep. You know how it is. You know how it is. Donut. Hello, tree man. Please, go away. So this is just to get some extra loot. Looks like it, at least.
Is that a monolith?
Is that a monolith? Status alignments. So undead characters, I can also heal them to make damage to them. Classic D&D. Classic D&D rules, yeah. But I guess I will not advance into this ruin because I don't have all the skills to advance, so it feels a little bit odd. Yeah, oh. Saw that. Mine. Oh. Tree man. Ah.
An aged trend. Like it sounds, it's quite old.
I'm getting old just listening to your explanation.
I cannot see anything. But that makes no difference. Just shoot arrow. Yeah, and I'm not a runner for these games. I would jump into the train. As I said, I was jumping into the train of Resident Evil 3 remake runs. And I learned it when the game came out, and I was like, I was not in routing, but I was in, you know, they said, they stop and wait with the actual leaderboard 2 additional weeks.
Swing your sword around and win.
What about swinging an umbrella around?
And I was, in these 2 weeks, I was moving with Siles. I had the rundown, and I couldn't run, and then everyone was like 2 weeks ahead, basically, and I was like, okay. Okay, I said to myself, and then I was like, okay, I will not do this. I just played for myself then. I didn't even, again, even if I could submit a run, I never did. I never did, but I can run it, which is still fun. Still fun. But not every of my runs has to be on the leaderboard, right? No. No, there's no place for that. Also, someone hit the button, please. It's time for me to go into my so-called little tiny break time. If someone would please send me off for just a second or two, I would love to take my break and actually take my medicine because I forgot before stream. I mean this, by the way. I forgot to take my medicine. Hit the button! Pull the lever, Kronk!
Pull the lever, Kronk.
That one. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one, baby. Okay, I will do a little break time. I will be right back. And you can hopefully enjoy the view. Sorry, I was faster. Oh, that's okay. Sometimes, you know, you can, yeah, enjoy the view for a little bit. I will enjoy my break. Again, I have to use my medicine. I forgot before stream. So I will be right back. Maybe you want to attack the boss while I'm gone, so we will roll a little bit of damage after the break if we can roll damage. If not, that's okay. Save all your points and save everything for the 20th to get into a 24-hour stream. We can do that. We can do that, chat. 24 hours Harvest Moon. But for now, I will be right back. Thanks again for your patience. If you have patience, I will be right back. Enjoy your break too.